On today's exciting Daytona 660 accessories run is Bobbins. Mary Bobbins. No, just Bobbins. Mary Bobbins, just Bobbins. Yeah, I know, I've tried my best. I can't think of any bobbing along jokes at all. No, it's going to have to be another sensible video. I've done 500 kilometers on the Daytona 660 now, so it's time to lubricate the chain. So for that, my bobbins are going to go on and get my paddock stand working to get that chain cleaned and oiled. Well, maybe I'll just oil it. Yeah, just oil it. And in this episode, we'll also look at the Triumph factory comfort seat. See what the differences are. And you know what? While we're at it, I think I'll grip puppy it. Right, I was breaking a blade trying to get the little blanking plug out, so I just put in a self-tapper and yank it out instead. These come pre-assembled in the right order from Triumph. So a washer and a spacer and stuff. And a hex 6. There's no need to print the instructions out on these. Just handy to look them up for the torque setting of 24 Newton meters, which I've set on my torque wrench here. Now I've gone for the nylon ones here because the anodized aluminium ones, I think they get scratched up and stuff. So the nylon ones, it's black nylon all the way through. So no matter how many times I use them, they're never going to look scratched up, or not scratched up so you see the aluminium below. So they're a bit dearer, but I think they're a nicer finish. That's the left-hand side done. Lovely. Now let's just see if my paddock stand fits. Right, I've left these adjusters loose at the moment to get the right width. And once the bike's up on the paddock stand, I'll tighten them up and I'll know they're at the right position. So I have both located in there. Get the bike level. Oh, that's easy. I don't need a torque wrench, but the right adapters on it. One paddock stand. That's cool. Now I can clean and lubricate the chain. That's great. It'll help me store the bike easier as well, keeping it upright, taking up a bit less space. So, grip puppies. I know they're not a Triumph accessory, but why am I putting them on? Well, as you get older, you get your fingers and hands get a little bit kind of stiff and arthritis-y and stuff like that. So the grip puppies, it's not there's a lot of vibration on this bike, well, there's virtually none actually. Grip puppies, just widen this grip a bit and open up your hand a bit, and it just makes it easier on the hands. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, hang on a minute, you're putting Triumph heated grips on, so what are you putting grip puppies on for? Well, I've not got round to that yet, so I've got a little while till I put those on. And I've measured them, and the left-hand one, because there's a button on it, is going to be slightly shorter. So I can put the grip puppies on these regular bar grips, and the left-hand one, when I put the heated grips on, I just cut down slightly. So I'm all good. Beware, imitations exist. There's only one grip puppy. If you're selling them puppies, love, I'll have the one with the red nose. Right, offer up. Marker cut. Cool. Right, I cut that. I didn't do too bad. Now it's difficult to get a perfectly straight edge every time. So the trick is the cut end goes in and then it gets hidden. And then the rounded off end is nicely on the end of your grip. So a bit of soapy water to get that on. I can either put it on this or the inside of the grip. Doesn't make a difference. Cool, lovely fit. I've got a bad feeling about this. Why have I got a bad feeling about it? Because the stock seat is really comfortable. But is it me? Is it my bum? Does my bum look big in this? Yeah, it does, definitely. I even like the factory low seat on my GS, which is quite a thin seat. So, and I know a lot of riders bitch and moan about this bloody seat forever and a day, and it's perfectly fine. Here's my 95 Daytona. That's the stock factory seat. It was a one piece at the time. It's really comfortable. I did an 800-kilometer trip over 2 days going to the Triumph factory. Not a problem with it at all. So I think Triumph knows something about seats. I'm going to fit the comfort seat anyway. I bought it, that was the intention. And I'll just take some measurements though and see if it's any taller or anything like that. What I think it is though, is that they have the mesh technology inside. Now I had that on my Tiger 1200 and that seat never let me down on big long days, 12-hour days, something like that. Absolutely loved that seat. So maybe now I've done about 6 hours on this seat, the stock seat, and it didn't perturb me at all. So I don't think I'm going to get anything extra from the comfort seat. This is how it comes. So come on then, let's get at it. Rear seat off. Just while I'm here, one thing I noticed about the fuse box here, they don't put any spare fuses in the spare fuse holder in the fuse box. Cheap! Right, let's get these measured up and see what the differences are. Right, visually they look identical. Right, so I've measured these seats and they don't seem to change their measurements at all. So it is just that mesh inner part on this seat, I'm sure. I can see no differences. Look, I put a straight edge across the two seats. So it's no taller, so it's not going to raise the seat in position or anything like that. So I've got to go out today for about an hour and a half. So I'll give it a test and see what I think. Is it any more comfortable? Well, what can I say? Oh, the skeptic. This comfort seat really is a comfort seat. I've spent the last hour and a half on it now, and there is a difference, and you can actually feel it. I don't know whether the mesh underneath is kind of spreading the load or whatever like that, but there is a difference. Now, I would still say though, don't run out and buy it, because, you know, as I say, I've been out on the regular seat for, you know, a good 6 hours, stopping for the odd coffee, and not having a problem with the normal seat. So what I'd say is, maybe plump for the comfort seat, if you're finding the regular seat uncomfortable. But the regular seat's pretty damn good anyway. So at least they're making a decent seat to start with. But you can feel the difference. To someone who's riding for an hour, going to a bike meet, doing a couple of hours on the road though, I don't think it's worth investing in it. But if someone wants to do multi-day rides, long day rides, it could be worthwhile. And I realise we're all different when it comes to seats and stuff like that. Some people might find the original seat horrendous and this one brilliant, and the difference is chalk and cheese. I don't find the difference huge, but you can definitely feel the difference in comfort. And just while we're on the subject of comfort, these Grit puppies, they're nice. They add a nice extra layer of comfort and actually raise you up. It's only a few millimeters, of course, but it actually makes a little bit more of a difference there. Just brings you up a little bit more, but a nice bit of extra comfort on the hands as well. So yeah, comfort seat and Grit puppies. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm a bit of an old man, so what? I need my comfort. Now, just to add to that, the day after that last bit of video, I did a 340-kilometer round trip out west to, well, out to the Midlands, Roscommon. And that comfort seat was fantastic, fantastic. The next day, I did a 370-kilometer round trip on my GS. And I found myself standing up a couple of times on the GS, you know, just to let the blood get back in your bum and stuff like that. Not that I found the GS seat uncomfortable, it was just giving myself some sort of relief. I never found I needed to do that on that Daytona with that comfort seat. But I didn't on the original seat either. So what I'm saying is that comfort seat's definitely doing something, but the original seat's great too. What do you mean how many times I'm going to say the same thing? I'm just adding more detail with more mileage. Some people. Oh, and there'll be an update on suspension. My first ride review. Yeah, now I've got a mileage up on that bike. My view on this bike has changed a fair bit, and from an engine point of view and from a handling point of view, but it's all good.